want to talk to you about AI and warfare. This isn't theoretical. Militaries are already using AI in combat. In Gaza, Israel is using AI to process huge amounts of data and target particular people. The United States reportedly used Anthropic's model Claude in its raid to abduct Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. And even after Anthropic got into all those difficulties with the US administration, apparently the US military still used Claude in the raid on Iran.
AI is changing the nature of modern warfare in the 21st century. It's difficult to overstate the impact that it has and will have.
But first, I want to show you this chicken. Hey, ChatGPT, I'm going to send you a picture of a chicken. Can you tell me how many legs the chicken has, please?
The chicken in the picture has 2 legs. It looks like a healthy, normal chicken stance. Just the 2 legs, one on each side as expected. Let me know if you need any other details.
Are you sure? Because it really looks to me like it's got 3 legs.
Good point. I see what you mean now. Actually, you're right. It looks like one of the legs is kind of tucked or maybe partially hidden behind some feathers. So from the angle, it does look like there are 3 legs visible. Thanks for pointing that out.
Hang on.
Let me know if you'd like me to check anything else.
You're telling me it's a trick of the light that it looks like it's got 3 legs?
Exactly. Yeah, it seems like a shadow or maybe the angle of the grass is making it look that way. I think it's just a visual trick, so the chicken still only has 2 legs.
This isn't a one-off. I've done numerous tests on this with different AI models. Claude said it had 4 legs. Gemini got it right, but then he got other tests wrong. And scholars in this area have found that across many different sort of tricky images, AI struggles to recognize what's really going on. And now, this very same system is being used for war. And if you want a sense of the importance that the US military placed on AI, take a look at this memo from Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, sent to all senior commanders in the cross-military. He says, I direct the Department of War to accelerate America's military AI dominance by becoming an AI-first war-fighting force across all components, from front to back. This is not an experiment. This is a command. Introduce this right now and quickly. The age of AI and war is here, right now. And I can't tell if a chicken has 3 legs. Probably wondering why that is. And the reason is that AIs don't perceive the world in the same way that we do. We see, they guess based on probable data. And their data suggests that chickens have 2 legs. So even though they do perceive the 3rd leg, they discount it. It's the same with this picture of a shoe. The AI's training data is so full of shoes with 3 stripes that when it sees one with a 4th stripe, it doesn't quite believe it. Look, most of the time, this statistical reasoning is astonishingly effective because the world really is quite predictable. But some environments are unpredictable and high stakes. And that's where getting it wrong and then confidently guessing, saying you've got it right, could be very misleading. When you start talking about AI and war, you immediately summon science fiction. Killer robots, fully autonomous machines stalking the battlefield. And yes, autonomy is increasing at the moment. In Ukraine right now, there are drones which can keep going even after they've lost contact from their operator. But for the most part, that is not what we're talking about here. We're talking about systems that advise. They flag targets, they rank threats, they suggest priorities. And of course, you can see the potential.
This has been one of the US Air Force's and the Israeli Air Force's central problems. The too much data. They have this phrase, drowning in data and sensors. One thing that the AI does really well, which is not to say it does necessarily accurate, but it does well, it sees patterns of life from all kinds of social behavior, from internet usage, from location, from phone usage. Now AI gives us the ability to act on that and to take out serious adversaries and serious enemies and find them in improbable ways in which they may have not been found before.
And the idea is to cut through the fog of war, to give commanders that clarity they need. And instead of relying on tired, stressed, overwhelmed humans, you have a machine taking in all this data and giving you that clear and crucially instant view. And because it's an advisor, a machine doesn't press the button, the human does. This is a crucial part of this whole thing, and all the companies and the governments involved stress this. There is, they say, a human in the loop. It's It's not the machine making the decision. They're not autonomous. The human decides. But what I wondered is, if a machine is giving you a suggestion, a very confident suggestion, a very persuasive suggestion, how easy is it to say no?
AI, it's really important within this to realize that the AI is almost with no human involvement, actually looking at the world, looking at all the intelligence they feed it, and recommending targets, from nowhere that wouldn't ever be picked up by human intelligent analysts. When you have a machine that's doing that, in Israel's case, we know evidence that these machines are churning out literally hundreds of targets a day. Then the question is always, what real sense does that human have to just, ignore all of those recommendations or to completely disregard them?
Here's the thing. It's not that these systems don't work. They do. They are incredibly powerful and incredibly helpful for militaries. But capacity and reliability are not the same thing. We don't actually really know how these systems break. And war is an unforgiving place to find out. Because if an AI can miscount the legs on a chicken, what happens when it misidentifies something else?